Anti-Second Amendment forces have become frustrated with their failed attempts to ban our right to keep and bear arms, so they've decided to expand their strategy to disarm us. They figure if they can't ban guns outright, then why not go after ammunition? Currently, there are several bills in the California State Legislature and even a statewide ballot initiative sponsored by Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, all requiring some form of ammunition registration and tracking. But one of the little-known side effects of such programs has been the expansion of state-promoted racial and cultural profiling. For example, less than a year after instituting their ammunition registry, the Sacramento City Council got an earful from a young man about his experience with the city policy.
I have no felonies, nor do I have any criminal record. Upon filling out this ammo registration form, I had no idea what this was. I just went to my local gun store and filled it out. I was going to target shooting up at the gun room. That following Wednesday, after I filled out this paperwork and forgot, I was given a card on my door, and I have some copies for you if you want to see them, stating from the Sacramento Police Department, Anthony Martinez, please call me ASAP. And that scared me because I live in Natomas. So the first thing I did is I ran into my house to see if my house was broken into because of the Natomas crimes. I walked around, looked, and nothing happened there. Then I thought, oh my God, did something happen to my parents or my fiance? And of course, I tried to get a hold of them. I couldn't get a hold of them. I called the number on the card and asked, said hello to the person that left the card number and said, hi, this is Anthony Martinez. Did something happen? And they said, I'm calling you regarding the homicides that happened over the weekend. And I was like, what homicides? Is my family okay? Or is my fiance okay? What's going on? And he goes, no, they're fine. But I see that you purchased some ammunition. And this is the ammunition that you purchased, this, and this. And I was at a loss for words because I was under the impression, once I did some research, that they weren't just going to profile normal law-abiding citizens. And I'm sorry, a last name of Martinez, which is a generic Smith. So that puts me into a profiling, of, importance of just numbers and categories. And so that to me I think is unfair because of the duress that I had from responding to that person that was on the other side. I was like, well, what's going on? And then he began to tell me, I need to take your gun. We need to get it ballistically tested to make sure to rule you out as a suspect.
And when asked about it, a representative from the Sacramento Police Department made it clear that such profiling was common practice.
When a certain type of ammunition is used in a crime, and they have other factors and information that point that way, that's part of police work, is leaving that card on somebody's door, as much as it does cause anxiety in trying to run down a lead. And obviously we're happy that Mr. Martinez had no involvement in that crime. We're sorry for any concern it caused him, but that's what police detectives have to do, is run down leads. Just as if your vehicle matched description of one used in a hit and run, even though you weren't involved in a hit and run, a hit and run investigator may get a printout from DMV of similar vehicles, where they're registered, go through that same process of trying to run down a lead. So it is used regularly in investigations.
And make no mistake, this is not an accident. Proponents of ammunition registry programs know, and in fact, they count on these registries to promote racial profiling.
What it does is, in a place like Richmond, what it does like in a place like Oakland or Los Angeles, if there are individuals purchasing large quantities and perhaps they don't fit a certain profile. Now, I will use the word profile because I'm using my words very carefully. In Los Angeles, a profile of an individual who purchases large quantities, according to a RAND Institute, is a white male over the age of 50. That is the profile. If you have a young woman who is in her mid-20s or late 20s who's purchasing large quantities on a weekly basis quite consistently, good detective work says,
So according to Senator De Leon, if you're not a white male over the age of 50, purchasing ammunition in the state of California would make you a suspected criminal should any of these measures become law. These measures are moving fast, and we need you to get involved now in order to help stop them. To stop the bills that are in the California legislature, visit firearmspolicy.org. That's firearmspolicy.org. And to learn more about the statewide ballot measure, go to stopnewsom.com. Once again, that's stopnewsom.com. And if you like these updates and find them helpful, please like and share them on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Craig DeLuz from the FPC Newsroom. Thank you for watching.